I'm Nash, the Ghost Diederichs. I'm a professional bare knuckle fighter from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, here in Canada. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm about is bare knuckle fighting.
Yeah. So I guess the obvious question is why bare knuckle instead of MMA or boxing? Why right there?
It's a good question. Mainly the opportunity presented itself to me, and it's such a big stage, such a big opportunity, so much, such an opportunity for your name to be seen, to build your kind of social media as well. And just like I wouldn't do a bare knuckle fight for just any organization. It's because it's BKFC, millions of followers, they post you. That's the main part. And I would like to do MMA and boxing as well, but just the opportunity presented itself to me.
Yeah. I guess how did that? It's funny because you just messaged me one day. And I guess if people don't know, I'm one of Nash's coaches.
Yeah.
Along with Eric Wilson. Um, and yeah, one day you just shot me a message. Hey, I got this fight, and it was what do you think? And then it was a bare knuckle fight, and yeah. But I guess if you want to share that story,
Yeah, well, we did talk about it a little bit before.
yeah,
Like the months leading up to that card, you were trying to get me on it with messaging guys, matchmakers. It just wasn't working
yeah, I
out.
was getting nothing. Nobody was even responding to me.
And I just messaged the matchmaker on Instagram myself, DM'd him. Didn't even know if he was going to reply or if it was the right matchmaker. It just said BKFC matchmaker. Messaged him, and then he asked to send my boxing record.
Mm.
And so I sent him my online boxing record. I had a decent amateur career. I won provincials here in Saskatchewan. He saw that and then knew I could fight, and then gave me that opportunity on 11 days notice.
Right, it was super short notice, and a heavier weight class.
And up a weight class. Yeah, 2 weight classes from the previous fight that I fought.
Right.
So
What? Yeah. What did you fight provincials at?
139.5.
Yeah.
And then jumped to 165.
Yeah.
So it was a big jump, but once again, just the opportunity was too much to turn down.
Right.
And even though I lost, it changed my life.
Right.
So I'm glad I took it.
Yeah. That's it was a wild experience.
Yeah.
Even for I guess like even for myself as a coach, to go to like that high level of an event.
Yeah.
And it's nice too because it's opened up a lot more opportunities, for us, for our gym, for our competitors too.
100% it did.
Yeah, and it's um like lucky that and like Kevin like loves me.
Yeah.
So
That worked out great.
that helps too.
Yeah.
So then yeah, we've been able to kind of be on the BKFC circuit quite consistently.
Yeah, I'm super proud that I could be one of the guys leading the way to get other people opportunities or even just have people kind of look up and say, I want to do that.
Right.
So I'm super proud to be able to lead the way almost.
Yeah.
One of the first, I was the first bare knuckle male to win.
Right.
So that's history forever.
Yeah. And in that case, so that the one that you did,
Yeah.
that was they had those amateur bouts on that card. Was that the same card?
No, that was the card before.
Okay.
So I don't know why they stopped that, or I
Right.
haven't seen it since.
No,
I
me
thought
neither.
it was really cool,
Yeah.
but that wasn't on my card. That was the card before, or maybe even the card before that one, just the
Right.
first one. But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be sweet if they did that.
More opportunity for guys, but and
Yeah.
they also like if it's amateur, they're not paying them, right? So
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they're not
Like a
doing
little
that more.
pre-show thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like I thought it was really cool and exciting. Doesn't change a lot. Putting on really small gloves might negate some cuts or whatever, but it's still the same rule set and it's super exciting.
Yeah. I think that's probably the most I would do
Is
is
it amateur?
or like no, boxing with MMA gloves.
Yeah, yeah, kinda like what Super Chad and Eric did, right?
Yeah,
That would be sick.
because
I
that would
think you do
be
really well.
yeah. I don't know if I'm built for the bare knuckle.
I would yeah, it would be
I don't
cool
know.
to see you with the dirty boxing because you're so good at clinch fighting. Be nice to see you actually put some pressure and not get called for it.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
and be able to just hit hard.
That too.
It's like all these things are so like when I jump in and do kickboxing with Graham's guys, or you jump in and do MMA with Eric's
Yeah,
class, or we box with MMA gloves, or my sparring class. It's just also different.
it is. It really is. Probably the biggest thing for me was changing my style from amateur boxing to professional fighting.
Yeah,
Because me and you focused so hard on amateur for like 2 years, point fighting, like pressure. Sometimes you throw four punches to get hit once, you take a shot to hit them three times. And then once you switch, it's so different, especially bare knuckle. Pro boxing's a lot different. Pro bare knuckle, completely different.
yeah, that's right. I think about that too with how I box, like translating that into bare knuckle. I feel like I would maybe not do so well.
You'd have to change the game plan a little bit.
Yeah,
Just knowing that getting hit once can change the whole fight, if not end the whole fight, especially on the face. Just
yeah,
like the likelihood you break something or your eye gets cut or they stop it because you're bleeding into your eye, something like that.
yeah. Crazy
So,
man.
yeah, focusing and not getting hits is a big one. Moving your head. One of the things Chris Lytle first said to me is that the high guard doesn't work great in bare knuckle. And he's obviously right in there watching it every day. And so that's kind of what I was thinking lots about my first few fights is don't get stuck on the ropes, kind of just always
Right.
be moving, more head movement, parrying. If you do block, open hand, stuff like that. It's definitely a different game than boxing. It's why they call it bare knuckle fighting.
Yeah, and I think your style matches it well because you're good at countering and you're good at like hitting and then like leaving,
Yeah,
Whereas I think that's the style of bare knuckle. It's not like land a four punch combo. It's like land one or two, move. Land one or
100%.
two, move. Unless you're like a Mike Perry who just can't get dropped, and then you can just stand and brawl because you have a good chin. But
Yeah, you don't care to get hit.
that's very rare, I
Very rare.
think. So I think like that hit and don't get hit, like your style lines up with it very well.
Yeah, like when I was saying before, like I definitely like the opportunity was a huge part, but we've talked about this before. Like I grew up a little bit rough. Having no gloves on wasn't super scary. So like for you that's probably the scariest thing, right? It's just the bone on bone. And like it's when I think back to it, it's like, oh, it is crazy that I do it.
Yeah,
But it's not like I've never done it before, been in rough situations, and if I can make a career out of it, get paid doing it, that's
right.
the dream, right?
Have you been scared before a fight?
Every fight,
Okay.
every fight. But I think every fighter, everyone that's actually stepped into the ring will kind of agree. The ones that say they aren't scared are just trying to convince themselves they're not scared. But even if even if you don't feel the fear, there's always like the fight or flight kicks
Mm,
in a real fight, in a real scenario like that. And that's when you have to really rely on your brain, really rely on yourself, believing in yourself, and not being scared in the moment, but being scared leading up to it. Every fight, man. Every fight. Not not scared to get in there, but just scared of all the possibilities.
mm.
And I don't know if fear is the right word even, but but yeah.
Yeah, and I guess with, because I always think about the pro fighting and making a career out of it. Every win and loss does change your future,
That's the scariest part.
right?
Like, not the, "Oh, I might
Actual fight
lose,"
itself, yeah,
like, stuff like that. Yeah, that's you nailed it. Like, the if I lose again, that's the scariest part, or if I keep losing, or
yeah,
I have to win, or I might not get called back,
right,
stuff like that. That's the scarier part.
yeah. But like it's yeah, that's what I always, because amateur to me was always just like fun. So then I always thought like, I wonder what it's gonna feel like pro.
Did you feel a difference?
Like not like right before the fight I did.
Backstage?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I've
it's
never felt that before. Like,
butterflies almost.
yeah,
Yeah,
like, oh man, this is for real. Like,
yeah.
it was probably like 15 minutes before I went out, and then all of a sudden, it just like, oh, it hit me, and I was just like, dang, this is like kind of crazy.
That's when I was saying you need your brain so much because it happens so fast. Like, they're tapping you to go out there. They're, "Get ready, you're next." And
Hmm.
if you're not, like, like, slowing it down, thinking about it, putting yourself in the moment, like, it can all go so quick, and all of a sudden you're fighting, and then you're almost waking up in the ring.
Right.
So that, I know exactly what you mean. Those 15 minutes before are definitely the most nerve-wracking for me too. But I think I'm pretty good at calming myself down and
Yeah. What is your
using it.
process for that?
Just
Like,
thinking
do you tell yourself something, or do you have to listen to something, or do you like? Is there something that you hang on to?
music definitely helps me. Like, music, the right song gives me like a dopamine,
Mm,
adrenaline rush, or kind of like a familiarity. Listening to another that same song you've listened to all camp, you kind of put it on at the right before you hit the pads or right before you crack the bag, all camp, and you hear that same song right before you walk out. That's helped me big. And then the other thing, like I was saying, is just your mind talking to yourself
mhm,
and not getting lost in the moment. Like I was saying, it all happens so quick. Kind of just not like telling yourself like, "Oh, it's all gonna be okay," but just kind of staying like this is a fight. We need to be serious, calm, but violent,
mm,
but not try not to get antsy. Try not to get like angry. Try not to like let it let it build up. Kind of almost
right.
push it out.
Yeah.
Let those butterflies, those nerves, and then the other big thing is a good pre-fight warm up always gets the nerves out for me. Like when me and you hit the pads, kind of get the like simulation of the fight going. You start throwing little shots at me, moving my head backstage. That's I think I have nerves all the way up until then,
Mm,
and then that pre-fight shakeout is usually gets rid of it for me.
right. Yeah. That it's funny because when I was doing that with Eric, uh, and like the combos he was calling, and like he was doing some like reaction stuff, and like it was kind of, I could feel that my nervous system wasn't reacting properly.
Yeah,
And then I was just like, what is happening? And then, but like right away, Eric was like,
it's
that's
normal.
why we're doing
That's
this.
yeah.
It's like, you just got like, adrenaline, you got all these things going on. And this is, and honestly, like, Eric's a good guy to work with because he's been doing it for so
The
long. And
experience.
he's been around so many people. He's done that so many times. And he's very good at like explaining things, like why things are happening,
Yeah,
and like having an analogy all the time so you
yeah.
can kind of see what he's saying. So like it was very nice like to hear the stuff he was saying, because I was like, yeah, yeah, like
Yeah, because you would think working out, well, not working out, but like doing explosive stuff backstage. You would think like doing a little bit of sprints or stuff would, like, you would think it's fatiguing you, right? But it's really like Eric is saying, like it's the reason you do it is to get shake off, get your
Mhm.
body firing, get all that nervous system, get like the scariness out, and
Yeah.
get back to how you usually feel. By the end of the shakeout, did you feel pretty good?
Yeah. And honestly, as soon as I walked out, like when I walked up on the stage and it all went crazy,
Yeah, that must have been a good
yeah,
feeling.
that's where I calmed down.
Okay.
Which like maybe some people would get more nervous, but for some reason that's when I was like, okay, this is
Yeah.
cool. And then by the time I started fighting, I was fine.
Yeah, it seemed like you didn't take any time to warm up. It seemed like you were warm from the second you got in there, which
Yeah.
was cool to watch.
Yeah, I remember too someone once telling me uh I wish I could remember who. But they just said like you don't want to warm up in the ring.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
you want to be
you've
warm.
repeated that to me, and I've held on to that because
Yeah.
it's true.
And then like I always think about like run like when I go for a run. Like if I'm doing like 10K, 15K, like a longer run, not a shorter one. The first like 2, 3K always suck.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you get in this flow state
Runner's
and the
high.
next 10K are just easy. And it's just like you're at this pace, whatever. But like always like a 1.5K or 2K and I'm like, oh man, like
Yeah.
I'm breathing weird. Like it's like your body's just like takes a second to get into its groove. And that's what Eric always says too is like, we're going to do the first round on the pads in the back.
Yeah.
So there is a round where you kind of go hard and like get that first round out of your system. So then when you go out there, it's actually your second round,
Exactly.
which, when I now looking at it, like makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I wonder if some people kind of unlock that flow state sooner. But for me, it's the exact same thing. Like at least 2 kilometers into the run, always like shin splints, or it's like your brain's like, why are we doing this? Or this sucks, or
Every time.
and then you hit that flow states, and yeah, the dopamine comes and you just feel great. Your body kind of stops thinking that you might not do it. And
Right.
yeah.
So what's your game plan for, uh, I guess like making a career out of this? Is this something you want to do till you're, late 30s? It's something you just want to do for a couple years? Would you like to fight for a title?
Bare knuckle specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do see myself not only doing bare knuckle, but I do see myself doing it for the next decade.
Okay.
Like next, I always have in my head 35, I'll be retired. It's always what I've said, especially from fighting. I can see myself going a little longer too, obviously.
Depends on, yeah.
And I kind of, for professional fighting, I definitely had a late start. Maybe not for MMA, but for boxing, definitely. Kind of, I'm turning 26 next month, so, and I've only had, this will be my fourth professional fight. So to have a good career, I do need at least another decade of fighting. But for bare knuckle, I do see myself climbing the ranks and fighting for a belt, 100%. I've been trying to get a fight at a lower weight class, and they keep giving me 155, which is a good weight class for me. But I can make lighter, and the lighter weight classes are a little bit less stacked right now for sure. 155 is probably the most stacked division in BKFC right now.
Mhm.
It's like champion after champion is fighting there. But yeah, I see myself staying in it and becoming a big name in the BKFC. But I've been training martial arts and combat sports since I was like 10, and I have a good wrestling background. I've done Muay Thai, Bang Muay Thai, kickboxing. So I want to do some MMA, professional MMA as well. And the cool thing about that is that starting that, I'll be 0-0.
Mhm.
So you could kind of have those two careers side by side, which is what a lot of the bare knuckle guys do. just because it's a little bit slower. It's
Right.
still a growing sport. It's not quite established. They do have crazy numbers, but they're still getting they're still like at the very early stages. It will be a lot bigger in the years to come.
Yeah. I think that's the tricky part, right? Is getting consistent fights. MMA too, I guess, in Canada is tricky too.
Yeah, for a lot of the
Or if you
guys.
can balance the two,
Yeah,
and then I guess do some boxing too, potentially.
that would be
You'd have three three avenues
yeah,
to
3.
do.
Yeah, and especially with the, uh the bare knuckle, like you were talking about titles before, I I do see myself fighting for a title one day, and honestly, in bare knuckle, I think that's the only real way to make a career in that sport is to become the champion. In MMA, it's everyone just talks about making it to the UFC, and it's like, oh, if I make it to the UFC, like, oh, if I'll be set once I'm in the UFC. It's you hear it so much, but bare knuckles BKFC, I mean, is the biggest organization, and it still doesn't quite compare to like a mega horse like the UFC,
Right.
but it's a huge opportunity. They pay a lot better than what a starting MMA fight would be, or a
Or
starting
boxing
or
too, yeah.
starting boxing. So, and like I said, it's just getting started. So it's exciting to think about. It's going to be so big one day, and that if I can be a part of it, that
Right.
there's real opportunity here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool how well it's kind of like from when we first like those first events to now, it's like every weekend.
It's even way bigger than when that first Edmonton card, eh?
Yeah, it was kind of like every couple months
Yeah,
there'd be an event, and then all of a sudden they're just like
every Friday
every Friday.
and all over the world too.
Yeah, it's just like it growing, which is the only thing that's kind of annoying is this whole like border stuff. So it's
Yeah,
making it a little bit hard to get into the states or for them to host events up here.
especially if it seems for Canada or
Yeah,
Canadians entering the States,
right.
it's not easy at all.
Yeah,
So I wonder, like, if the UFC fighters that are signed here, because it seems even they
have
don't,
trouble.
like, it seems like every time they come to Canada, they fight, or
Right.
it's not like they're fighting 4 times a year like the other UFC fighters. So I wonder if that's specifically to do with taxes and border and visa and all that stuff, but
I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it is too.
Yeah,
It's just tough for Canadians, but there's still opportunity here as well.
yeah, it's good, man. It's what do you know? What do you know about this guy you're fighting?
Well, not much to be honest. Just signed the fight the other day. Watched a few of his fights. The biggest thing is that he's a southpaw. He's 5'8", and he's a great opponent. He's
Yeah,
got a really good MMA record. His only bare knuckle fight was a loss, but it was a split decision loss, and it was a war and a really exciting fight. And he seems like a good dude and someone that's made a good career fighting.
mm,
And that's what I got into fighting is to do is to fight the best, fight at the highest level, make good money. And yeah, these are the guys that get me excited.
yeah,
Guys that are killers.
right. You're not looking for easy fights.
No, 'cause you can only do that for so long, right? Like you
Yeah,
can kind of build up your career, but that's more of a boxing thing. Bare knuckle, like you win 1 or 2 fights, you're right at the top of
right.
the rankings already.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I guess they don't have enough people in the organization. It's like when I look at the rankings, like number five will be like 2-1
2-1
or 2-2 or something like
with
that.
no big fights yet.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's the thing. So
So that it's awesome. It's awesome for like because it's a new sport that people can get in there and honestly shoot right to the top in like a year.
that's
If you can have like a year a good showing, get 2 or 3 wins
yeah.
in a year. you're gonna be in the top 5, I would think.
100%. And that's what I was saying about the opportunity before. Like, it's just you have such a opportunity to skyrocket yourself or propel yourself. Like a guy going from, like you said, maybe he's 2-1, he wins 2 more fights, and then he fights for the belt and becomes champion. Com- Completely changed his life. Went from someone with little followers to the BKFC champ, and
Mm,
to do that in the UFC, usually 10 or 15 fights before the UFC, and then you have to work your way up.
right.
So yeah, I
Like
agree
I
with
think
you.
of Hunter. He has 2 belts in 2 different
His
organizations.
next fight has to be.
Yeah,
They
it's like,
have to.
and he hasn't got the call yet.
The Contender Series, at least, right? It's like
Yeah.
he has to get
But
on
then
there.
that's what I'm thinking too, is like the Contender Series having trouble, like with the border, you
Well,
know?
100%. They
So,
must, because they would have to sponsor his visa,
right.
and yeah, so it's a bit of a process. That's might be the main reason why they haven't.
Yeah,
Just for names in Canada, he's got to be top 5, right? He's
definitely.
definitely. For I think the other big name would be Rebel, the Wolf House guy. Is that Rebel,
Oh no,
or starts with an R, right?
yeah, he
Ramil?
yeah, Ramil.
Ramil.
Yeah, I think he's from Calgary,
Yeah,
and he
okay.
just
So he
goes
just
and
goes to
trains
Wolf
sometimes.
House.
Yeah,
He's not okay, that
yeah,
makes
Ramil.
sense. I think besides those two, I don't know any. I don't know down
Probably on the
I
east.
was about to say down
Yeah,
east, Eric's got a good team down there. Those guys are close, I think. Eric's
and I think
posting
there's a couple guys like
in the UFC, right?
yeah, like Montreal, Ontario.
Yeah.
Those provinces are pretty huge for fighting. Um, so what would you do if you couldn't fight anymore?
That would be
Who is Nash without fighting?
that's a really good question. I wasn't expecting that. Caught me off guard a bit. So does fighting take away the training?
Yeah, let's say even that.
Like I can't train
Can't
fighting.
train, can't fight.
Honestly,
Martial arts is done.
I think I would be battling bad habits,
Mm,
kind of fighting the stuff. Not that I was like fighting when I was younger, but the stuff I avoided when I was younger, the heavy drinking, the heavy partying, kind of and like I definitely did battle a little bit, especially with the heavy partying. And the main thing that brought me out was fighting, and not just the idea of like being a fighter, but the training itself, like the day to day, the waking up early, the dopamine rush from the actual training, the
mm,
eating healthy, the discipline that makes you feel good about yourself. I think that all makes me exactly who I am, and without it, I don't know who I would be.
mm. Yeah, it's tough because
Not fighting is one thing, but not
training.
being able to train and not having the community
Yeah,
and all the great people and the connections, that's that would be devastating.
yeah, I know for because you got to replace.
You have to
You have to replace it with something,
with something.
right? And sometimes you replace it with just something else that's still bad,
Yeah.
you know? Or I know it's nice to have goals too, you know, like you said, like I have to get up tomorrow or I fight in 3 months.
Yeah.
It like stops you from making decisions that you would make when you have nothing coming up.
Even the last 3 days of just having a contract signed, all of a sudden I'm like, can't eat that.
Yeah.
Gotta sleep now, or like just more like your brain is thinking like you're getting ready.
Hmm. I kind of have to do that. I have to have a fight or a run or something, or else I'm at the Colonial.
Well, you see it with Dustin Poirier right now. It's
Yeah, man.
sad to see. Like somebody with so much money and not just the money, but so much love and fan base without a goal, without something to like put his mind towards, he's struggling, falling into bad habits, not knowing like what to do with you day to day. So I think as fighters, we all just the training keeps us out of bad things.
So, well, I guess like looking at him because he can still train. And
That's a good point.
when you look at that, does that make you maybe think at some point you need to find something else that you love as much as fighting?
No, because I mean, I think when I give it up, I'll be at points in my life where I put so much into it, I'll be ready to find that new thing. And especially when I'm at that older age, I I could definitely see myself finding a passion that would take over.
Right.
But for now, like say a fluke happened and I wasn't able to ever fight again or ever train again, yeah, I would definitely be finding out who I am.
Right. You'd have to.
I'd have to, yeah. It would be
Yeah. I, I know for me, and it's not the same for everyone. I know that for sure. But for me, what it was having kids.
yeah. I think
Like I
that's
know if I couldn't box ever again, I'd be fine because I'm just so focused on raising my kids.
did you think like that before?
No,
No, hey?
honestly, it's hard for me to think about what was important before. Like, cause I try and think about that. Like, why did I do the things I did before I had kids? Now it's just like so easy. Like I'm building a legacy. I'm
Yeah,
building a future for my kids. I'm trying to be a role model. I'm trying to be the person I say I am so that they can be the people they say they are.
yeah,
It's like everything just goes back to them and it's so easy. And I try and like remember what was I doing it? Like, was I doing it for money? Like, even with building a business or, like my marriage, I think a lot of things I did, like, that's what I try and remember. Like, was I doing it to set up my wife and future family? Or was I doing it for money or to like, I don't really, it's hard to remember, to be honest.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like everything else just like faded away. And now I just have this,
Because nothing can compare, right?
yeah,
For you, obviously, like your your children,
right.
nothing will be as important. So yeah, I can imagine it's hard to think back but you were always a driven person though, is the thing. So
Yeah.
you had something driving
There's
you.
something there,
If
yeah.
maybe it was Demi.
Yeah, and, like, that definitely a part of it for
For
sure.
sure. For sure.
Um, yeah, I don't it's
Yeah, let me take over the podcast for a second here.
Yeah, exactly.
Where, where do you think
Just
you'd be
turn this
with
to a therapy session.
who's Cole without Demi? And because you met her,
That's
you
a good question,
because
man.
you met her at such a young age. You two are such a team, a powerhouse
Yeah.
team. Even me and my lady look up to you guys as a good role model relationship and a healthy relationship that we get to look up to. So, and how old were you when you met her?
15.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, well, thank you for saying that. Uh, I don't know what I am without Demi, to be like, even when I think about, like, when I did party.
yeah, she was always there,
Yeah,
right?
and she kind of always like stopped me from like going too
Too
far.
far. Yeah.
She'd always like bring me back.
Thank God.
Or yeah, well, yeah, for sure, man.
Who
Thank
knows what
God,
Cole would have got
man.
into?
Like, and that's totally truthful. Like, I always had a reason to go home
Yeah.
at night. Like, I need to go home so I can wake up with Demi. Like I wouldn't just disappear for a week. I would always have somebody to touch base with,
Yeah.
even if I was out till 8 in the morning the next day.
Yeah.
Like I'm texting. Demi knows where I am, and yeah, it's just I can't even really comprehend who I would be without.
It's a tough question because you were a child
Yeah,
and
and I was a child till I was 27 almost.
yeah.
By the way, I'm a very slow learner.
Yeah.
But then, like, same with you. Like, I grew up with not the best people. I was in like some pretty wild environments.
Yeah, you were probably the best influence like I was to
Yeah,
the people you were around.
definitely.
Yeah.
You know, like I did some stupid things for sure, but not to the level of the people I was around.
Yeah.
But maybe I would have if Demi wasn't like always in the back of my mind or something, you know?
Yeah, like you said, like every single night you go home
Yeah.
because Demi's waiting. If she wasn't waiting,
Right.
maybe wouldn't have went home.
You know, and I always would think like what would Demi like she's gonna be so scared or she's gonna like
You're
be
gonna
upset or like I don't wanna hurt her.
exactly.
Like I don't really need to be doing that,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna, you know? It's like I come like the times I did, you know, like one time I came and I had to go she had to rush me to the hospital and get stitches and stuff in my mouth and it's just like, why am I putting her through this? She's just trying to go to school,
Be a
you
good
know?
girlfriend.
Yeah. And I'm just like getting home by the cops, waking her up. You have to take me to the hospital. And it's just like, you know, it's not like I was perfect, but those things just like would replay the next time, you know? Like, okay, I'm just gonna go home.
So I know we've talked about this a little bit before, but and I think it's something that you think about lots, and it's kind of like the everything happens for a reason, or things happen the way they should. Do- It's kind of hard not to think like that when you have the perfect, the perfect wife, right? Or like the perfect, not the perfect wife, but the perfect wife for you, and just the craziness that you guys stayed together through it all. Like, do you think that happened for a reason, or do you think that's kind of something you guys did on your own and made happen with no outside source?
Man, I think about that actually often.
We've
Cause
talked about it before, and I know
yeah,
it's something that you've been thinking about. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
it's kind of cause like it kind of is luck,
But luck happens, right?
right?
So
But like luck in like I don't really like the word luck. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's like that because I only lived in Wadena for 6 months.
only 6 months.
Yeah, where I met Demi, like my auntie moved there and they opened a restaurant and I went and worked at the restaurant for the summer. And then I decided to stay for a couple more months. So I like sometime in the summer, and then I moved back with my mom around December. So it's like I met Demi, we started dating, moved away, we dated apart for 2 years. Most people wouldn't have
Exactly.
done that.
Or tried and
Yeah.
let it.
And then it's just like to grow, like growing in the same direction is very rare. Most people grow
Especially
apart,
at that young,
especially that young.
having the same goals
Yeah.
align is so tough.
So as much as I want to say like we're just both awesome and like we plan like I was an idiot for most of my life. It's only recently that I started thinking about these things, thinking about like a family and my future and goals and e- everything like that. Like until I was 27, I was just like a wing it person, like live my life day by day. And like I'm still kind of like that, but I do have like an end goal,
Yeah,
you know. But
greater purpose.
so like there's definitely luck, a lot of luck there. But then that's when you think like,
How lucky could I be?
right, like
Like,
maybe there is something.
yeah,
Maybe it's like And that's why I've been like really starting to dive into like spirituality and reading the Bible
Yeah.
and going to ceremony and like learning about these different things because like it's hard not to believe there's something.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you because they can, not my opinion, but like just like how I believe is that God put you guys together because you're the perfect people for each other. And like you said, that 6 months, it's like you could have been somewhere else for that 6 months, or
Right.
you could have got sent anywhere for that 6 months. Just the timing and everything, and yeah, and obviously you're so thankful, and
Mhm.
you're both so thankful, and like everything everything works out the way it should for good people is what I think,
Mhm.
and or kind of what I like to believe. And it's nice to chat with someone who isn't like fully like religious, but still kind of bounces the idea around or isn't just set in one way. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool because we had this conversation 3 or 4 years ago and it was a lot
Yeah.
different, right?
We've had a lot of good conversations. You
It's cool to see the growth,
Yeah.
especially since you've had a kid. I think that happens to a lot of people, obviously, that they kind of, like you said, all of a sudden, like everything relates to it. They have such a big sense of purpose
Mhm.
and just, yeah, like changed a lot since you've had a kid.
Yeah, man.
Like grown a lot too.
Yeah, I could feel it too. Like I it's it's I was with I went for a run with Braden Cadet
Yeah.
the other day, and we were talking about like he's very not very religious, but he's religious, goes
Yeah.
to church, right?
Yeah. We had some good
And
conversations.
yeah, and that's what he said because we were talking about the Bible and like what I've been reading, and that's what he said. He said he texted me after. He's like, I have uh, I have way better conversations and get more insight from our conversations than I do with people who are religious.
Yeah, that's how I feel. He worded that perfectly.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was trying to say. Like it's super cool getting your perspective on stuff like that.
I think that's what like genuine curiosity does though. Cuz
Yeah,
like
100%.
my questions always come from a place of like I just want to know
What's
like
actually like
the or if I'm talking to you or I'm talking to Braden, it's like cuz I'm looking for your opinion or like your thoughts genuinely. I'm not looking for like
an answer or
yeah, or you to agree with me
yeah,
or I'm not looking for like this feedback where it's like this is a part of me. So whether you agree or disagree, it's actually going to insult or compliment who I am as a person. And because I'm not like that attached to it, I can take criticism or compliments and like take it and, but like maybe, I don't know.
yeah, no. That's just, it's exactly it's exactly how I feel too. It's like talking to someone that's super like set in their own ways. They don't want to hear your opinion, right? They don't want to hear like how you but I agree. I think it's cool like seeing your like how your brain works, how you think of it, how you process, and how you dangle the ideas around, and like, especially the with you because of the growth. Because a few years ago you were kind of against it almost,
Yeah.
not against it, but kind of like
I'm
on the
pretty sure it wasn't real.
atheist side almost. But
Yeah. Like I was definitely more science,
for sure, yeah, exactly.
like more, and I can feel that still. Like I can feel my brain looking for logic all the time. Like I'm just, I don't know what that is, I'm like,
A logic-based person? No,
right.
like, yeah,
So
it's
like
not a
when
bad
things
thing.
are being told to me,
You
even I have a friend who talking about like healers and stuff. Went to a healer.
okay.
Uh
Yeah, that's new to me, stuff like that.
and right away I'm like, there's no way. Like this is but then it worked.
Okay.
Like,
For them?
yeah, like fixed everything. Like didn't dance for months and months and months and months. Uh just too much pain, too much. Went to a healer, dancing the next day. The very next day.
Okay, so it was
And
like
I'm like, what? You know?
so it was actually physically healing, not like a spiritual, like, mental thing. It
But
was actually the body, but it
yeah,
could be placebo, but
right. It could be, but
if they're
but it worked,
yeah,
you
but it
know?
worked.
So that's where I'm like, okay, I know nothing,
Yeah.
you know? Cause I was for sure, and it's like a close friend of mine that this happened to. And if it was anybody else, I would have been like, well, you're lying. Probably. You're like making something up. I don't think that person would lie to me. The person who told me, I don't think they would lie about it.
And the proof is kinda there too, right? It's like if they are actually dancing the next day and they hadn't been because they were like, proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
So,
Nuts, man. So then I'm just like, I don't know anything.
uh,
And I'm like, and I'm fine with that, to be honest. Like, I'm fine with being so, like, I'm just like an ant.
the world's too big.
It's too big.
There's too
And there's
much to know
things going
everything.
on that I can't even wrap my head around.
Exactly.
And that's fine.
It's fine.
And everyone wants answers.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I'm fine without them.
me too.
Even when it comes to like politics and things like that, I'm just like, as long as I put myself in a position that I'm gonna be okay. Obviously, if there's like a world war, I'm not,
Yeah,
but nobody is.
no.
So it's like there's not much I can do there, anyways. But like, whether we're capitalist, socialist, communist,
Yeah,
any left, right,
my life's gonna
I'm
be
gonna be okay because I'm just gonna adapt and I'm gonna maneuver and I'm just gonna put myself in a position to be okay and just think optimist.
it's an optimistic mindset, right?
Yeah, man.
A lot of people it's I think a lot of people struggle with that, and then you find people almost scared about stuff like that, like, "Oh, 2 years from now, this is gonna be happening, and our lives are gonna be screwed," and, "Oh, it's like, oh, it's no point in buying a house because in 10 years, they're gonna take it from you anyway," or so I just don't worry about stuff.
Yeah,
Just like you said, if the world changes, I'll adapt,
yeah.
and if it stays the same, I'll be fine too.
And the crazy thing about that is in 2 years, maybe everything they said does happen and their life is worse. And they're just like, see?
What was your point?
But
You
like,
did
my life isn't going to get worse. My life's still going to be better.
Yeah,
So it's like, I was also right. You were right because of like what your perspective and how you navigate this world. But because of how I navigate it, I'm fine still. And you're worse. So it's like, just change that
just
perspective,
the optimistic, yeah.
Even like with business, to be honest, like partnering with people and like going into business and building things, it's it's tricky sometimes. Um because I'm like, I never see the bad. So like I always just think this is gonna work.
Yeah,
But like it always works. It only doesn't work when you stop trying to work. So then it's like, but then when I go into business with people, they always bring up like, what if this happens? What if this happens?
just
Oh,
keep
it's gonna
moving.
cost this. It's gonna, and it's just like, I remember Delaney, because when we first launched with Delaney and Ashley, we had like $70,000 in debt and stuff,
Yeah,
and then we're like thinking about that, and then I remember Delaney said to me, being $70,000 in debt only matters if you don't build a business. He said, because you could make $70,000 a month or $100,000 a month or $1 million a year. It's like if you don't, then yeah, that's something. But it's like it could be such an insignificant number 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So it's like, yeah, you could stay in this thing where the $70,000 of debt is like this big thing, and it's like kind of like on your shoulders and weighing you down. Or you could just build whatever you need to build to make that number. Like what if you made $20,000 a month? Now in 4 months you're debt free.
It's the way you look at it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 100% because $70,000. It's 100%. Like it's like we were saying, the optimistic part of it. Like, oh, $70,000 in debt. Some people let that like cripple, or oh, I can't start a business now, or oh, I have no extra money, or I can't make any risks because I have this dangling over. And or you can look at it as that's $70,000 that I can pay off, or
Mm-hmm.
that's at least it's not $140,000.
Right. Or I need to take a risk because I have this $70,000 hanging over me.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Look at it as a reason to get something going.
Yeah, man. And you're like, because with a fencing business,
Yeah,
right? And you're an owner.
yeah.
Yeah. So how's that going?
It's going really good. I'm super happy. Uh, Me and Chaston we're making it work. It's not an easy business to get into,
Yeah.
but luckily Chaston, he we have a little bit of a safety net because he has a successful business already,
Right.
and he kind of can take everything he learns from there to here, and he kind of has been. And there's so many things that he's just taken care of for me, so I'm super lucky in that part
It's nice to
of
have like a mentor,
exactly. 'Cause doing it
somebody.
on your own is
Oh
almost
man,
impossible.
it is.
Like some people, like you can get lucky, but usually if you get lucky, then you get lucky on your own, then you start working with people. It's never like you're just always on your own forever, or
Right.
it's just too much for one person, or it's like the team is what matters, and so that's the main thing. I'm just super lucky that I have an awesome partner, and he's made a lot of sacrifices. We both have, but yeah, we're making it work, and it's going really well, and I'm excited for the future. And
What is there something that you had to learn the hard way being a business owner?
yeah, definitely a few things. I think the hardest thing to learn is that it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows.
Oh yeah.
It's just you kind of like you get the idea in your head, like, oh, I'm the owner now, like all the money's coming to me, and everything, like you just kind of expect everything is going to work out. 'Cause maybe that's just me. You kind of
Yeah,
like that
I'm
too.
similar, man.
I'm just like, what's the
Yeah.
worst that could happen? We're slow, like we'll still find work, and so it's a good question. I don't think I would have to think about it a little bit longer to pick one thing that was the hardest thing to learn. But yeah, getting used to, or kind of just knowing especially in this kind of business, every job isn't going to be sunshine and rainbows, and you kind of have to not plan, but expect for things to go wrong a little bit.
Right.
And when they do go wrong, just be optimistic about it. Don't beat yourself up, and just keep moving.
And just
Keep
like
moving.
shift with it. And
Shift with it. Just don't quit.
I always think like that's honestly the benefit of being in combat sports for as long as I've been, and same with you since you were young. It's like the most fight or flight sport there is,
Yeah.
and you just like have to learn on the fly. You have to navigate. You have to when things aren't going right. Sometimes you got to like take a breath and like still. It's not over. We still got a minute and a half of this round, and I'm
Yeah.
getting my ass kicked.
Yeah.
And now it's like, are we gonna just roll with the punches? Are we gonna try something different? are we just gonna kind of wait this round out? But it's like it allows you to handle things that happen in life. You know,
Yeah, things in life seem easy after a
right?
real conflict like that. And your brain, that fight or flight only kicks in when your brain thinks there's a serious threat.
Hmm.
And even if it's sanctioned with a referee, it's still a serious threat. Like, guys trying to take your head off
Yeah,
just because there's a referee that can get them off after, since accidents still happen. And especially in boxing, people die every year. So yeah, it makes normal life things seem like little things.
yeah. I think it really helps build your ability to handle those things too,
Yeah, 100%.
and just like take that breath instead of just reacting. It's just like because I always try and figure out like why I'm so calm all the time, and I think that's why, just from being in combat sports since I was like 13, 14.
Yeah, you get used to being in dangerous situations,
Yeah,
just calm.
my ass kicked from my mom too.
Yeah, that,
That's
yeah.
speaking of dangerous
Yeah.
situations.
The household.
Yeah, man. Not doing the dishes.
Yeah.
Um, it's sweet that you brought your chain, man.
I thought I had to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
the ghost is on the podcast. Got the ghost pendant out.
Yeah. So where did that nickname come from, and where did that chain come from?
So I picked the nickname myself. Uh, it's kind of a nickname I've had through my friends, the in like my early adult years, just because they were all partying and I would just ghost for a few months, get my stuff together, and or I just wouldn't answer my phone. I wouldn't answer texts. I wouldn't answer calls. It's just the guy's a ghost. And then another my favorite TV show, the main characters, he's called Ghost, and so I always thought that was cool, and always thought that was a badass nickname, Ghost. The chain came from my good friend Romero that passed away very sadly, but he customized this whole thing himself. He picked out the design, how the words, like the diamond placements, everything. His jewelry store is still open. It's Caswell Hills, just downtown here. I believe his mom is still running it. So if you guys want to check it out, there's beautiful jewelry, wedding rings, lots of really nice fancy things. And his mom is really going through it. She lost her baby boy. It's probably the worst thing that could ever happen to somebody. So I feel for her and I think about her all the time, and I hope that she's fighting the good fight and not letting it absorb her or make her life worse. And I
Mhm.
know Romero's looking down on all of us, super proud and just happy about how we're all living
Mhm.
and all living our best lives, trying to do better.
Yeah, man. I miss that guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy,
His
and
freaking big smile all the time. Yeah, man.
everybody knew him, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think that was probably the only guy. But it's close though. But the only guy that between you two that you mentioned them, they're like, oh, I know him.
Yeah.
Just everybody in the city.
Yeah. It's it's crazy how much how everybody knew him for sure. Like I
He
felt
had
like I
it.
was just like, if not that person, like one person away from knowing him. You know, like yeah, he's
He had a big impact on a lot of people's lives.
definitely.
Music and yeah, it's rest in peace, Romero.
Yes, sir. Well, coming up to an hour here.
Already. I
How
guess
was it?
that was really fun. It was super fun. It went by quicker than I thought it was going to. I thought
Yeah.
I thought I might not be entertaining.
I know, man.
But
That,
an hour flew by. This is an awesome conversation. We
yeah,
always
man.
have good conversations
Yeah.
though.
That's like I always know most people that I know, the only time I don't know if it's gonna be how it's gonna go is if I've never met the person before
Yeah.
and I'm just meeting them during this.
Have you had any awkward conversations?
Not
No, right?
awkward, but like ones where I had to control it more
And it's yeah, okay.
because they would just give short answers,
And
one
not
word answers, or like they would. Usually, it's younger people, like
yeah,
your age or
yeah,
younger,
yeah, yeah, they're still learning.
and they just haven't really thought about life.
Yeah,
You know, like
exactly.
you're kind of mentally older, I would say.
I get
Like
that a little bit for sure.
yeah, like you quit a lot, like started changing your life way younger than most people do.
Yeah.
You know, like you started like ever since I've known you, really, you've been like
Trying to
trying to do better. And I've known you for I don't know, probably 5 years, 4 years, something like that. I don't
yeah.
know exactly, but like for me, like I said, like it took till I was 27 before I even thought about changing anything. So like I think that's why just when I have younger people on.
I
But some
appreciate
younger
yeah.
people, I'm like, I've had like this 17-year-old girl on, and I'm just like, what the heck? You're smarter than me, man. Like, how are you so smart? So it's also been the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched pretty much all of them. They're all great,
Yeah,
and, like,
thank
you
you.
always pick good people to be on, I think.
Yeah.
So, when I asked that, I didn't think you were gonna say that you've had any bad ones or awkward ones, but
Yeah. I like, and I feel like too, I'm pretty good at just conversating with people and like
oh, you're
pulling
you're
things
really
out of
yeah.
people, you know, asking open-ended questions and uh
You should have had a podcast for a while now.
I thought about it for a while. It's just like I just never knew how to do it.
Yeah, and, yeah, I kinda
I
all
still
worked
don't
out
really.
the
Yeah.
space and everything. It all came at the right time.
Yeah, it's good, man. Um yeah, something else I wanted to bring up just to pick your brain on it.
Yeah.
Um was I guess like representing Flying Dust First Nation. You know, that's like a part of you, but you never grew up there or you never grew up that way. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. You know, kind of.
It's yeah, it's actually really cool because, like, as I grew up, I've always known that like, because like, the First Nations like a primal kind of, people, right? And it's like, I always knew it was in my blood,
Mm,
like, like, just the like, the primal instinct and, like, all, like, the spirituality and, like, the giving back or connecting with the world, the
mm,
earth, and everything. I've always kinda just, like, as I was growing up, like, it's never I didn't grow up on the reserve or anything like that, but I always knew that First Nations blood was in me,
right.
and so I always thought about it even as I was growing up with a white single mother, and, uh, and then once I was about 16, I got really close with my dad, and he's on the reserve right now, so that's kinda where, like, the putting them on my T-shirts and supporting and everything came to fruition is, 'cause I have family out there, and, they live there right now, and I have been there. I haven't lived up there, but, like, it's in me, it's in my blood, and
Yeah.
it's like, those are my people, and I'm super proud to represent, especially the small community like Flying Dust of just few thousand. That one of the I'm not sure if it's, like, one of the smallest reserves, there's so many of them, but I know it's not close to one of the biggest.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's cool to give give hope and give, kinda be a good role model and also represent
Yeah.
represent and be proud of my roots and yeah, being proud of who I am and where my people came from and, they made sacrifices to get me to where I am and so I could have a good life like this and fight and not have to be restricted by certain things, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, just growing up and knowing that that's in my bloodline, that's in my blood, that's who I am. Yeah, I got me pretty close to it as I grew up.
That's awesome, man. I think that's a good way to end it.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for coming, man. Honestly, it's like uh it's been awesome, man. Just training with you, helping you train, being in your corner. Uh, we've become pretty good friends, and uh, yeah, man, we're gonna keep training together for a long time. I feel.
Yeah, I appreciate everything you do for me, man, and yeah, you've done so much for me, and it's that's one another thing that I think everything happens for a reason. It's just God put me where I need to be, and now there's meeting you, and like I really appreciate you saying that I grew up and stuff early, and like it is true, but I had a good role model,
Mm,
a few good role models, and I met you young, man. Like must have been just turned 20,
yeah,
or me, yeah, just over 20, and I was like starting to want to make my life better and starting to take that path, and just like getting over the putting all the bad stuff behind you, and having like a big brother to look up to, or someone doing good stuff with their life has been a huge help as well. And relationships too, like I was saying earlier, me and Cadence have always had a good role model relationship to look up to, and a lot of people don't. And
yeah,
a lot of relationships are toxic, and I think one of the main things for your day-to-day life is like having your household in order. And like if you're with a toxic female, it's like how can you,
right,
and
or vice versa.
or vice versa.
Yeah,
Yeah, or having a guy pull you.
yeah.
So
I
yeah,
think like the like a nice thing to, because I feel the same way as you. Like, even though I was hanging out with people that were not going anywhere, I always felt deep down that I was different than them.
yeah.
I kind of always knew that.
And you're like, one day I'm gonna stop.
Yeah,
One
but
day
it
I'll stop fucking
but
around.
it took me meeting the right people,
Yeah,
Braden and Delaney. It made it to like I still had that group, but I had this other group,
that
you
bro.
know?
So
So now it was like I wasn't like 80% over here. Now it was like 50-50, right? And it allowed me to, and then all of a sudden it was 60-40, 70-30. And then now it's like I still have these friends over here and we go for coffee now.
yeah,
It's, or maybe we will go have a drink from time to time, but now 95% of my time is with these other people that are trying to grow, you know? And when I first met you, like right away I could tell you thought differently, you know?
that's why we
But then
clicked.
yeah,
Hundred
definitely.
percent.
Yeah, I could just tell our conversations weren't like, what'd you do today?
Yeah,
Work. Cool. you know? We
yeah,
always like talked about something significant.
yeah.
So then same thing with you, right? Like, and then through me and people at the gym, right? Meeting people at a gym, it's like everyone there's growing, whether it's just physically or a martial art. It's just like different people do martial arts. Then, so now you start building this other circle of
Yeah,
other people that are growing,
yeah. All
you
trying to
know,
make their lives better,
right? And now it's like it makes it easier to transition when before, you're just
getting
stuck.
text
And this is all you
messages.
know is these people.
Yeah, come party tonight.
Right.
Let's do this. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, man.
yeah. Luckily, when I was young, I think that destruction path started so young that by the time I was 19, it had been 5 years of destruction, right? So it was like enough's enough. I
Right.
don't know when yours started, but probably pretty young too.
Yeah, but not as intense, I guess, as when
And
I moved to Saskatoon.
yeah, and yeah,
Because I
I
was in
bet.
small towns lots.
And
So, like,
it's not the
it's
same.
not the same. It's like
No.
the most intense thing is you're drinking every weekend,
Yeah.
but it's not like violent or like
Yeah, people are benders and
yeah,
fighting and
yeah. It's just like a different, and it's just different. It wasn't until I moved to here, and then that friend group was like intense sometimes.
yeah.